Hello everyone, welcome back. This is kind of part 2 of Quick Escape, where we look at Mike McCready's solo. As promised, I said I'd do this one for you the next day, and here it is in all its glory. We're going to try and nail the modulation parts that he has as well. Now there is a little bit of delay on there as well, like a slapback or something. I haven't got that plugged in, but we're going to go through the modulation bit, which hopefully should give you an idea of what's going on there. I have no idea if I've got it right, but it sounds a bit similar to me, kind of washy and phasery and a bit tremolo-y. So yeah, we'll talk through that in a second, but let's go through some notes first. Now behind the solo we have this. I think that's played all the way through. I'm pretty sure that passing kind of D note is in there, which is the 5th fret on the A string. So it's all on the A string, octaves. You start on the E, so the solo is in E. Mike's going to be playing a lot of pentatonic stuff up and around here, and usual Mike there, I think, in terms of scale choice, all quite bluesy. Now we're going to be playing the 7th fret. Same shape, but then you're going to move it up to the 10th and then down to the 9th. Then 5th to 3rd. I think 5th to 7th. I doubt many of you are going to be playing that, so let's crack right on with the solo. So the first part of the solo goes like this. And the second bar is similar. And then at the end of that bar you're going to go into the... Both bars are fairly similar. You're starting on the 15th fret with a full bend. The first time he plays... Now watch the phrasing there. Now Mike definitely does not play kind of bang on the beat with a lot of his soloing actually. So when you're working it out, it's quite hard to hear if he's doing a triplet there or if it's just his feel, I think, and his approach. He's just wailing around on the guitar, I think, and he's not going to be thinking too much about where the notes are. But there is a slight kind of delay. So you're not playing it straight. There's a subtle... Hear the difference there? There's a semi-quaver rest in between the 15th fret and the 12th fret. So you're playing... Okay, so it's almost like two phrases. There's that... And then the next phrase is... Lovely, melodic though. Okay, so think of it in those terms. It might be a bit easier to remember. Slowly. Okay, and then... Then the next phrase is... That's a lot easier because it's just a straight run down. Or pentatonic. And then before the end of that beat, you go to the 2nd fret on the G string and bend it up a full tone. And you hold it there, and then you're going to do some picking whilst that bend is held. Okay, so... Okay, so you're going to hear... Okay, which is basically... And you're going to slide up to the 12th fret and you're going to play double stops on the G and B. Then there's a super quick run, okay? And I haven't learnt this properly, but I did work it out and I think it plays... and play that quickly, okay? That's about as good as I can play it. I don't know if he's got any modulation on. No, I don't think he does that. Okay, so that slowly is 2, 3, 4. Okay, you'll see that in the tab. If you care enough, then go for it. Now, if you don't care too much, just noodle around on the E minor pentatonic. Now, this is where I think the first weird modulation effect comes in. I've actually gone for a bias tremolo on, so any old tremolo will do, but cranked right up. It is my Line 6 MM4, which is really inexpensive multi-effects pedal, but it's got some great modulation effects in it. Really, really good, especially for Mike's tone. If you can't stretch to buying, expensive phasers, tremolos, and univibes, this does it all. And if you've got a multi-effects processor, then go for some sort of tremolo. And I've got the speed and the depth quite high, so you probably want to do that. But all I hear is... So something like that, okay? So the next phrase with this effect goes like this. Okay, I think that's right. Okay, so that slowly, before we move on to the weird next bit, is bend on the 15th fret on the E string. And you're just going between the 12th fret and the 15th fret on the E and B string there. So, okay, and then you're going to do a bend. Okay, so. But that's quite a quick bend. And then you're into the... something along those lines. I can't even play it. I've tabbed it out, but I still can't play it. So again, that slowly. Right. I mean, have a look at the tab. If you don't care too much, you can just play. Something simplified like that. Now, the next bit, I'll try and play. It goes like this. Something like that. But the first part is... You're going into a triplet feel there, okay? So he coming out of the 4th beat of the previous bar. But then you're going to switch to these quick semi-quavers, which are basically 4 notes for every half beat, okay? So you're going to get 8 notes per beat. That's the first beat. And the second beat is... Okay, that's the second beat. But this run continues. So from that second beat it's... Okay, and then you change to the phaser, okay? But that again slowly. If you want to noodle around that, you can just play. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike does hammer-ons there, actually. That is a bit rough, I know, but there we go. Now, moving on to the next part, I think I hear a phaser. And for this, I've used a dual phaser. And it sounds like this. Because at the end of the song, if you hear that washy kind of sound, it's quite a... So coming out of that really fast run, you're going to play this. Okay, and there's a little run in there as well. So let's go through these next few bars and see if you're still watching. 17th fret. That's pretty straightforward. Then you start to mirror some of the underlying guitar part with... That's pretty straightforward as well. But then there's this kind of cool little run. And there's an open G string, which I think Mike just plays as he's moving his hand back down the fretboard to go for this bend at the bottom here. So that slowly is... Okay. So quickly. Okay, so it's very fluid, and he's all over the neck. So the next part, I don't know. So it goes. Okay, first part goes, and the second half goes. Okay, so that again. It's awesome. But very strange phrasing indeed. And then you are going to be playing... Okay, there's just like a little half bend. And then you also play this from the... That's pretty straightforward. But this next bit, 8 notes per beat. So let's do that slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me try and speed that up. Yeah, I can't play that yet. Strange phrasing, it really is. Anyway, I'm not sure many people are going to want to do that. Now, this is cool. First beat of this next bar is... I think there's like a massive dive bomb and just noises. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4 bars are... Which is kind of harmonising with the underlying notes being played by the rhythm guitar. So... And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know I can't play it yet, but it's a very strange solo, very difficult to hear what's going on in there. Hopefully that gives you an idea of some sounds you can use, some areas of the fretboard that you can use to kind of, noodle over the top of it. Or if you want to take the time, then do look at the tab. I spent ages listening over lots and lots of little bits. The tab is pretty close, I think. But if you have no interest in playing it and you still enjoyed the video, then thank you very much for watching. Loads more coming. Whole albums coming soon. So stay tuned. Cheers everyone. Bye bye.